our NPSP Non-Profit Success Pack. I am working on NPSP since I think 4 or 5 years, and at that time it was not known as Non-Profit Success Pack. It was known as Non-Profit Starter Pack, and it was launched just on the trial basis. And now it is one of the basic needs of all the non-profits across any region, across any country, and it is a very powerful and very innovative tool. And I would like to present that and how you can start working on NPSP. So guys, as most of the things already been communicated by Parth, so I am a tech lead who is working in Daysworks from past 3 years, overall experience of 8 plus years, and still I am learning new things every day. So I am just like you all. So you can follow me on Twitter with my Twitter handle at @Akash_SFDC. Then on Power of Us Hub, you can see this is a bit.ly link. And if you haven't been to my blogs, you can see it here. There are some very valuable blogs been posted out there. So let's get started. This group of mine was formed in 2017, and I've been doing some volunteership events since then. So just give me. So there is something wrong here with my, I think. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just quickly, yeah. So these are the topics that I think that I should walk you through, and these are the very basics as well as a bit advanced on how you can start working. So where you can get started, how to create a new trail log. Then every object that you need, it is there in NPSP, it is there in Nonprofit Success Pack. NPSP data model, what data model that does it works on, lead conversion in NPSP, how to convert leads and what all things are there. Then managing contacts and do not contact disease, how you can manage those, because in countries across the globe, like talking about UK, right? You cannot send anyone an email if they have opted out an email. It is not like India that even if you have opted out for an email or mark them as a spam, they'll keep on sending you the emails. It is not possible there. There is a heavy fine from the government of UK. That is how you manage with do not contact for the deceased or the one who have opted out. Now, managing accounts, different types of accounts, and like household. This HH is for household accounts, organizational accounts, types of opportunities, how to create those, how to manage those, contact rules, managing soft credits, partial soft credits, check NPSP version and email acknowledgement, how you can send it from NPSP intro to general accounting units, managing allocations, and sneak peek into NPSP settings. Then we have managing levels, engagement plans, engagement templates. So these all are part of the moves management and donor cultivation. Now there is campaign member auto creation and managing donations. So how to manage different type of donation, whether it is a tribute, whether it is a matching gift, so all those things. Managing tribute opportunities, managing matching gifts, managing grants, and some more like recurring donations and customizable roll-ups. Those are all the topics that I want to cover. I think that we have a small amount of time, so without wasting your very precious time, what I'll do, I'll quickly turn off the slide so that we can go. So before I do that, I'll try to wrap few things up. So this is the place you can get started with NPSP, and you can definitely go to this link. You click on that, fill in on the details like you do for the developer org. So once you have filled up, you'll be getting a trial org which will be valid for 30 days. Okay, there is some problem or what? Okay, so this is another slide which says getting started. So now from here you can get started with NPSP, learn NPSP. So Trailog you have completed, then there is a documentation given on Power of Us Hub which you can go. And this should be accessible by all because you are not going to any other groups or the chatter mediums there in Power of Us Hub. So it is the like success committee we have for all the developers and all the customers, it is a common place for everyone to meet, but Power of Us is restricted. You cannot be a member of Power of Us Hub till you have done 10 plus implementations, successful implementations of NPSP, and more than 8 years of experience in this non-profit world. So without that, you are not given the access. So these are some trailhead modules which what I'll do, I'll share it across with Par so that Par can share it with you. Now talking about NPSP accounts, there are basically two types of account that NPSP supports. So it is, one is household, the other one is organization. So Salesforce, basically when it was launched and when the with the introduction of Service and Sales Cloud, okay, with the introduction of Service and Sales Cloud, the basic thing that uh, the customer base which was thought from the Salesforce perspective. So it was like for the B2B customers, right, who manage their business with other businesses. Okay, so NPSP does not follow that model. It follows the model of household accounts as well as organizational accounts. So organizations are, I'll try to explain this with an example. Take for example, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, right? So, excuse me, I'm taking a very dumb example, but yeah, here is how it is. So, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, his wife Sakshi Dhoni, I think, right? If I'm not wrong. So, Sakshi and Dhoni are both part of one household or one family. You can take this household as a family account. Okay. So, me, I'll be part of Mishra family. Parth will be a part of his family. So these are different households, and there can be multiple members in a household, like me, my wife, my kids. All will be part of this household. Okay. Organizational account is something where I am working, right? It is a corporate account. Okay. So take for example, I belong to Mishra family, but also I work for an organization known as Daysworks, like everyone else on the call, right? Okay, I have one chat. Can't see your screen. Is it for everyone, or is it different? Means
I can see your screen.
anyone facing trouble in seeing my screen? Then I'm going to reshare. The chat.
I think everyone
So
can.
Sombir, as you asked, is this household account same as financial cloud? No, it is not. Okay. Hi, Doug. Thank you for joining here. Hi, Pearl. Okay, so NPSP accounts, as I already told you, it is about the household is a family and organization is a corporate. If you have any questions, please make sure at the end of this call, what we'll do, I can see your screen. Okay. So after this call, before we wrap up, I'll be answering all the questions. Okay. So don't worry about that. Okay, NPSP accounts. Now back to, as you can see in the definition, household accounts are used to track donor and member households. Member households are different members in your family. Now organizational accounts can be think of like having a company where you're working, where a particular donor is working, and it has some more perspective in terms of um, uh, donation, getting more donations, right? So I can see there are some chats. So, okay, okay. Okay. So NPSP data model also includes objects custom to NPSP. So there are multiple custom objects already there in NPSP. I'll show you. And this is one of such products that any nonprofit, once they migrate their data into, they can use from the day one. Though it is a bit complex in getting your data into NPSP, but yes, once it is there, it is such an amazing tool that you can start from the day one using this, start using it from the day one. Okay. So the NPSP custom objects, including affiliations. Affiliations is something where a particular donor or particular household member is affiliated to an account or connected to an account or related to an account. Okay. Relationship is between two donors. what is the relationship between me and Path? It is like we are friends. Okay. So in the similar way, me and my wife, and me and my daughter, me and my son. So all those are relationships. It is between two, but two different contexts. Now, engagement plan, engagement templates. So these are all part of moves management or donor cultivation to upstream the donor in terms of how much donation they have given in past and how much we are focusing for him to give in future. So how much more we can get out of that particular donor, right? Recurring donations, you already know. Payments, you already know. Recurring donation is something, some if I promise you, or if I am pledged, I being a donor, I tell you that okay, I'll be donating $100 every month, right? So it is part of recurring donation that I'll be paying it every month, every year, or anything as such, or quarterly. So like that. Now, payments, again, with every opportunity there is a payment, whether the payment is completed, whether we have got the donation or not. Okay. Now let's see the data more. Okay, I won't waste much of your time in showing this slide because I'm not very good in showing the slides. So what I'll do, I'll quickly jump on to the org and show you everything in practical. So before that, let me tell you a few of the objects. You can see in blue, right? These are all the standard objects. You can see task, accounts, contact, lead, campaign, and you can see campaign member and opportunity contact role, right? Opportunity contact role, what it is exactly? It is as you can see here, right, in this figure, it is a junction between opportunity and context. So multiple contexts can be affiliated, or they can be a part of multiple opportunities, right? So it is in that way. And you can see all these, right? These are part of fundraising, recurring donation. You can see it here as well, right? I just got it. So people, relationship, and programs, right? And then fundraising, these yellow ones are for fundraising, and these are all for utility, like error handling. So if we are developing any product, we already know that we being developers are very keen to understand what errors a particular user is getting. Okay, so capturing all those logs here in error, then trigger handlers, but there are multiple trigger handlers, I must tell you that. And npsp data import batch, this is a flat object, I would say. What is a flat object? Which does not have any relationship to any other object. Okay, so there is a predefined template. So in that particular template as in CSV file, there is a particular CSV file which we call NPSP data import template. Okay, you fill in all the columns in that, and with all the data you have, it can. So within one sheet, you can have multiple contexts, opportunities, accounts, everything. Once it is set up, you can import directly in this NPSP data import batch. And when this, sorry, npsp data import, then you can run this batch, and once you run this batch, it automatically creates accounts, contacts. It also creates opportunities, all those things, right? So this is how you can work. So what so these are this I'll show you. These are multiple types of opportunities or donations that are part of npsp. So I'll quickly move on to getting started. This is a brand new org that we have for our session today. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to reshare. I've done some setting in my Zoom, and I keep on telling this to everyone that I'm unable to use my multiple screens or display my multiple screens at the same time. So, so this is how the NPSP looks like once you install it, or once you spin up a new file org, then you'll be getting this screen once you are in. There is a getting started page, home page, and all those tabs. Which, so basically npsp is built on same salesforce platform, right, which you use. And when you sign up for npsp, you get 10 free licenses for a lifetime, and those are all are for enterprise edition. So it is very valuable for any non-profits and for any size of non-profit. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. I'll show you first thing first. So let me show you NPSP settings first, so that you know from where all the functionality that is present in NPSP is controlled from. It is the NPSP settings page. It might take some time to load because it is pretty bulky. Okay, now, so you can see people, account model, households, addresses, leads, affiliations, relationships, relationship reciprocal, that all things. Then we have donations, then we have recurring donations, bulk data processes. So bulk data processes are something that comes into consideration when there is some process which has not run or which has not run proper. Then you can directly go there and you can edit it, edit the batch size and all. So you can do it from here. Customizable rollups, if you have set up a rollup and it is not functioning proper, then you can directly go here and customize your own rollups. Okay, so now if we talk about sales cloud, right, we have campaigns, we have leads, all those things, right? In the similar way, you can see this I'll tell you later because this will be shown practically. So now I'll quickly move on to leads. So if you'll see, there is no lead being created. It is if I go to all open leads, there is no lead. So this is a brand new org that I've created. I spin up this today itself. So I'll go and create few leads for you so that we can see how that works in. So here is path. Path, sorry, if I'm making any mistake here, just let me know.
No, that's okay. No
So
issues.
now, take for example, you are creating a donor lead, right? A person who can be a donor in future, and you are still not aware of that person being donated, so you can not means directly create a contact or you can convert a lead. So before that, so you just know that person, he's part of your campaign. So there was a webinar where a person joined, and at the time of registration you want that person to be a part of your donor data. So what you'll do, you'll create a brand new lead for him. Now for company, right, because for the household model that we use, we it is required to have a, so for any lead that we create in Salesforce, we need to have this company, right? If it is not there, then what will happen? Account will be created with the company name, and if it is not there, then it will throw an error. So in NPSP there are three ways of doing this. Either I can paste path jolly here as a complete name, and the household account will be created with that, or I can mention individual. In that case, it will create a household account, or I can mention self. These are the three ways. Then lead source for anything web, and okay, preferred phone. Look at this pretty closely because these are all, most of them are custom fields. So phone number could be anything for now, because we are not going to call this donor. Parth is not going to donate us much. So Parth, will you be?
Yeah, I'll do. No issues. I'll donate.
Okay, okay. Then it is fine. I was just trying to joke a little so that the enthusiasm is maintained. So preferred email, take for example, I'm taking it as personal email. Oh my God, why it is not getting selected? It is hanging actually, I think. Let me. Okay, now it is, so it is personal now. And lead status, open not contacted. We don't have to do anything here. You can see there is an address been mentioned here. Okay, company, so you can mention the company address as well. And for addresses, right, for managing the addresses in NPSP there is a object named as addresses. Okay, where you can manage different types of addresses. Okay, so I come here, and from here I'm going to save this lead. I should have clicked save and new, but you can understand I'm just a dumbest guy you will see. Okay, so here is the lead for path. So I'll go quickly, and so for today, all the jokes I'm going to track will be on Parth because he's the first lead in our system. So take for example, Mrs. Okay, mm, Okay, rules. Then Jolly, and she is his wife. But because she joined in our campaign, we are entering these leads, but we don't know exactly what is the relationship between Jolly, Path, and Rose. So for now, we are taking itself and preferred phone. Preferred phone should be work, and you see the mobile number I am entering. Okay, and personal. It can be. Or can you give me your email? I'm not sure.
Sure, I'll just type it in the chat.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'll copy paste it.
Done. You can just use that one.
Thank you so much. So guys, please feel free if you want to speak something, anything that you want. It is not like that we just have to keep on listening to me. Okay. Don't do that. I know I'm not a very good speaker, but yes. Okay. So here address, know your location. Okay. You know my location. So for now, I'm keeping this address. Okay. So this address is here. Okay. So why do company? I don't want to manage this address. So guys, I am removing it because it's my in-laws address and it could be a mess for me if my wife will see it. I'm just removing it. And if I go and save this, so we have two different leads in our system. So, once we get all the details of the leads, what we'll do, we'll quickly go and open all our leads. We'll talk to them, and after talking to them, we'll be converting the leads because we have got a heads up from them that yes, they are interested in donating something to our NGO. So let's see that how we can do it. It is same as any other lead conversion. So we'll directly go here and convert, but there are a few things that should be put into consideration, and this is for Power Jolly. Okay, so now you can see and we are creating a brand new contact, or we can also, you can only view existing contacts, but there are no such contact present with the Power Jolly name. So that is the reason that we are getting it. Okay. Opportunity account. So are we creating an opportunity with the Paths account? No, we are not. Okay, convert is status. Okay, now we are going to convert it. Similar way, we'll go to Rose account and we'll go and convert this. So everything is here, and you can see new contact, and we are not creating an opportunity, but account will be a household account. So I can show you how it comes up. Okay. So here is the contact of Path, and you can see Jolly household, right? In the similar way, we have Rose Jolly, and you can see the household name Jolly household. These are two different accounts, so don't get confused because the last name is the same, right? So these are two different accounts. I'll show you. Okay, you can see this ID AAD, and you can see this, sorry, KZZY and EL, something like that. Okay, so these are two different accounts you can see. Okay, so what is my priority? First of all, as I don't know about both of them, so as soon as I'll realize that okay, these are both the accounts, and Parth has already described on the call that Rose is part of his household, right? Or Rose is his wife. So what we'll do, we'll go to Parth's account. You can see Parth Jolly primary contact. Okay, so this is the Parth Jolly's account, and we'll go and manage household. It might take some years for it to load. My internet connection is really very slow, so please excuse me guys for that. So here
I'm quickly going to find Rose. Okay, we have got one contact. Okay, and you can see the address as well, right? You can see the address. Copy the address first. Okay, and click plus. You'll see she'll become the part of this household, and you are going to save it. Okay, and there is one more thing that I missed, so I'll quickly open this page again just to show you. From here, you can select what address is going to be kept for both Parth and Rose. Because they are part of the family, their home address is going to remain the same, right? And back. Okay. Now I'm in Jolly household, and you can see the number of contacts now. There are two contacts now within this household account. And if you'll quickly move on to Jolly household, okay, this was where Rose Jolly was the primary contact, and now you can go and refresh this. Okay, so there is a problem. That means that account is deleted now. Okay, that became anonymous and it got deleted. Now, and yes, we have opened this tab, address tab, and there was no address, right? And we haven't address means entered any address. So I'll go and refresh this. You will see two different addresses against this. So one for the Jolly household, where Rose Jolly was a part of, and the other one is for Jolly. Okay. Now I'll close this, and both goes to the Jolly household. These are the same accounts. Okay, there's no difference now. So two addresses with the same, and you can see the default address for this household, because this address was uh, maybe mother's address of Rose Jolly. After she got married, the address became this, and so this is the default address. I'll go and close this. Okay. So take for example, I'm Jolly household. I'll close it. Okay, I've closed the wrong one, I think. Okay, I'll refresh this first. I'll refresh this as well. Bear with me, guys. I know that I'm pretty slow. Okay, but before that, what I can do, I can show you few things uh, so that I don't miss. Go to setup, and if you want to know what current version of NPSP you are working on, you can directly go here in the setup page, and you can click on installed package. It might take some years for it to load. Okay, now we are. So I don't think I know why Lightning is a bit slow in my laptop, but it's better. So you can see non-profit success pack. This is the current version I'm using, and this is the current version all the new customers will be using. And where the orgs have been upgraded, they'll be using the same. So if you want to check which NPSP version you are on, you can check it here. And even for others, you can see contact. These are all managed packages. Okay. Okay, so I'll close it. Now on the Rose account, you can see the default address for her is changed, and that address is the new address for the household. So it is same for both Parth as well as Rose. Okay, you can see this. Okay, and I've done a small mistake here, that I haven't kept the address open, so that I can show you how it keeps on associating the new addresses. Mhm. Okay. we are on the Jolly house, Bar Jolly's contact. So take for example, Rose is going for a vacation and without Parth, and she's going to her mother, maybe mother-in-law's place. So it is like house number 2. Okay, I've changed the address. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this. I've saved it. Okay. In the meanwhile, what I'll do, I'll quickly open the account as well. Okay. Now here is Rose account. Here is the Jolly household. Here is Parth's contact, and here it is opening addresses. Okay. So if you go to Parth, if you refresh this page, if you go to Jolly household, if you refresh this page, and Rose contact has already changed this. Her address. You can see house number 2 instead of flat number 2. And you can see that for Jolly household, it has become house number 2. For Path, it was flat number 2. Now it is house number 2. There it is. You can see everywhere it is changed. But as I told you, Rose is going to vacation at in-laws place alone, right? And this is a vacational address, or this can be a temporary address for Rose. But it is really very important if the NGO is going to send some communication to Rose, then how she can send it, right? So the NGO must have their temporary address as well. And if I go to this, you can see there are 2 addresses here. Must be 3 now. Three flat number. There's one more address. Okay, so first I'll show you that how you can change the default address for a particular contact. It can be a temporary address as well. So because the now everywhere it is changed for account as well as Path's contact. So now what I'll do, I'll go and change this again. But we'll make sure that this address is only for a temporary amount of time. Okay. So take for example household number 2, or house number 2 is now ground floor. Okay. Now you can see this address override checkbox, right? You can just click it and you can save it. Once you do that, you can see current address, right? Ground floor has been changed, right? If I go to Path's contact, I'll refresh this. This is a Jolly household, and you can see still the address remains the same. It is because we have checked that checkbox for the address override. And for Path again, I'll refresh this. It will remain the same because it is just for Rose, because she is going to vacation alone. And Parth, please pardon me for that. Okay. So this is one thing that I wanted to show you. You can see the address here. It's still the same. But what happened to this 008, 009? Both are created, but it is not coming up here. Instead of doing that, it is my mistake, guys, that I have been doing this 3 times now. But what should I have done is that I should have
I think that just changed the list view.
yeah, I think so. New all. So you can see now there are 5 addresses. Okay. I haven't applied any filter, and you can see all these are there. And but now I shall close this. Now, I also told you that you can manage the household account model, and you can manage the household and all those things. I've already told you, but I haven't told you how Parth and how a person. So I'm working in an NGO. I'm using Salesforce. I'm the potential user. If I go to Jolly Household, I can see there are two contacts, right? Parth and Rose, but I cannot see how they both are connected. Okay, what is the relationship between both of them? So what we can do on Parth's account, sorry, contact, we can directly go to relationships, and we can see there is a new button. Oh wow, we click this. Okay, this is Parth. Here is Rose, and type is family, co-worker, mother, son, or what it is, aunt, uncle, and cousin. You see all those things, but I'm going to select wife. I don't want this guy Parth to be bachelor. Okay, now Parth and Rose got married. And what is the date today? By the way, it is 11th of July. So 07 and sorry, it is 11th. Married on. So today only we are going to help them get married. Oh yay! Parth.
Yeah, I'm just going to get ready for that.
Okay. So I'll refresh both the contacts for Rose as well as Parth. And there you can see one amazing thing that will happen because we have just created a relationship for Parth and not for Rose. There's one thing that you can see here. We can go to relationship, right? If you want, I can open this for you. You can see Rose Jolly, wife. Mrs. Rose Jolly is Mr. Parth Jolly's wife. Oh, yes. And this is not the explanation that I gave, but because of the reciprocal relationship, it has come up. So you can go here, you can check this. This is the description I gave. Parth got married on this, and you can see the auto population of relationship explanation. What is the relationship between both of them? Now, I also wanted to show you what happened to Rose Jolly's contact. Okay, you can see there is one relationship now. Go here, you can see 009 and this is 008. Okay, now you can see husband, Mr. Parth Jolly is Mrs. Rose Jolly's husband. Okay, and the status is current. There is no breakage of that relationship till now. That is good. So now what I'm going to do, I have shown you that how this works. This is a reciprocal relationship. So there are two records created for each contact, right? This is 008 and this is 009. I can open it for you if you want. Here it is. This is getting loaded, guys. So okay, it is 009, it is 008. See the contact. Okay. Now we have seen the relationship, how to relate to contacts. Now we are going to check how we can uh, create an affiliation or relate a particular contact to their corporate account or maybe a organization where they are working. Because till now we didn't knew that Path is working somewhere. So take for example, Path is working somewhere and our NGO came to know about that. What we'll do, we'll create a new account. Guys, please don't feel bored, right? I know that there is so much content that I wanted to show you, but this is the only way possible So take for example, Path is hired by Salesforce.org. Congratulations, Path. This is a corporate account. Family contact. I don't need to select anything from here. Address could be San. It shouldn't be there. It won't be there. San Francisco. Take London. What should be the state? I'm not sure. UK. And for postal code NA23 4LS. So their postal codes are in this format, so I've taken this. Sorry. Okay. Now, if you'll see, I filled in all the details. I'll save this. This is a corporate account. Parth, in case, because all the topics won't be covered in this particular session, so what I want, if we can get few more sessions in the upcoming weeks, or maybe in alternate weeks, that also works for me. So we can do it so that I'm able to display everything or show everything which is there in NTSP, right?
Yeah, I did pursue that.
Okay. So now there is a salesforce.org account. If I go to Jolly Household, no, I want to go to Path Household because Path is part of this particular organization. So what I'll do, I'll go to organizational affiliations. I can see there is no record for now. I'll go and create a new one. And I'll provide all the details for the same. It's like salesforce.org, role is consultant. Start date is today and end date won't be there. This is the current, so software it. I'll go ahead and save this. So this is how you can relate a particular contact to their organizational account. You can go to this particular record that is created, and you can see. Now, there's another thing. Now let's just give me 1 minute. I'm just checking on my slide. What should be the next topic? Okay, so I shall talk a little about creating donations. Okay, so in affiliated contacts, why it is 0? I should refresh this. Maybe I haven't done that. So it is, there is one affiliated contact which is Path. Yay! Now let's think about, okay, so now from Path, or take for example Rose Jolly, right? Rose is going to make a donation. Okay, you can see there is no record type been selected because by default it is the record type is donation record type. I'll show you that what all other record types are there. Let me open the opportunities for that. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Hardly wait. So anytime. Able to access page. Why? Why? Because I am Rose? No. Okay. 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 So we can see 2 donations. Okay. So there are already 2 donations by both Path as well as Rose. This is cool. It is my bad. Guys, just give me 2 minutes. Let me switch between the tabs. Okay. So in roles you can see, and there was some donation that she was going to make. Take for example, $1,000 has been donated by Rose, and I'm going to change the status to closed won, right? but I wanted to show you something why I'm doing this. So take for example, if the amount is 1000. Okay, I save this. Now I go to path. Okay. Now where is path? Okay, here. See, there is $0. I knew this guy is not going to donate much, so take it $200. It is the same for the certification vouchers. Okay. So for now, what I'll do, I'll mention. So there is one more cool thing that I wanted to show you with this, along with this, so that most of the things can be wrapped up today. So there is a default campaign here which I have created, right? So just wanted to show you that. So recently viewed, there should be one COVID-19 warriors, and Chandigarh community is a warrior for me. So see this, it is in progress, all those details. And if I go to campaign members, there is 0 campaign members. Okay. Now you can see path donation has been created, but it is not yet associated to any campaign source. So I'll create this one, stage prospecting to closed one. And now quickly go to save this. Okay. I've saved this. Now on this particular opportunity. So what happens once we create a donation, right? First of all the details that we save in, it comes here, but there is one more thing that gets created, and you can see payment, right? There is one record for payment that is created with every opportunity that we create. Okay, if you go to this record, how it comes up, I'll show you. And you can restrict this as well, creation of payment. There should be a checkbox, do not automatically create payment. But because it was a quick action that we had, so that is why it has created a payment, and it should be there in most of the occasions. You can see this is a rose because it is $1,000, and you can understand Parth is not going to donate that. Now on Rose opportunity, what I'll do, I'll quickly go and select the stage as closed one, right? There is one more thing that I haven't shown you is when I'm on this opportunity from Path, there are 2 contact roles. It is because the household, because Parth has made this donation, but there were 2 people in that household, so that is why you can see the donor is Parth, but household member is Rose. Okay, and this already closed one, and I was on this, and it is closed one now. Okay, I've saved it. This is donation made by Rose. So there was a payment as well, which was in pending status. You can see unpaid. You refresh it. You can see payment amount paid, and you can see the payment number. Payment method is not there, but you can always create a field on opportunity itself that what is the payment method opted by the donor, and you can map it to the payments. Okay, you can do that as well. Save it. Okay, now if I go to Rose contact, and I'll close this, I'll close this, I'll close this as well, because there is just $200 donation. Okay, now I've shown you that I've added a campaign to a opportunity, right? But there is no campaign member that I have added, and you can see campaign member is 0. I refresh this. As soon as, because there was a this opportunity was created by a contact, and it was part of a campaign. That opportunity was part of a campaign. So you'll see there is one campaign member being added. You can see here, and should be Path. Though he was part of this campaign, but he has only donated $200. So what to do? Okay, Path. Now we are on Pa Jolly's contact, and you can see Rose Jolly. we refresh both. So it is already refreshed, I think, but I'll do it again just to make sure everything comes up. And there were two contact rules that I showed you, right? There were two contact rules on the opportunities created by both of them, right? So what happens in that case? You can see there are multiple on this particular contact. You can see there are multiple summary fields. Okay, first, last gift date, largest gift, smallest gift, average. So, and you can see donation totals, total gifts, and all those things, right? Okay. But you can see soft credit. What is a soft credit? So, soft credit is something that is given to a particular donor in a household when there is some influence that this donor has made in order so that's the reason the other donors in the same household have also donated, means they are the ones who inspired the donation. Okay, but you can see there is no soft credit available, right? You can directly go to inverted drop down and recalculate roll-ups. Same goes to this Pajoli's contact. You cannot see any soft credit here. So what I'll do, inverted drop down and you can select recalculate roll-ups. Okay, back to contact. Back to contact. So it is calculating. It is still calculating. No, I'm not following here. Sorry, path. I'm following. Okay. Now you can see if I come down. It might take some time, guys. So you can see soft credit total, right? But Rose Jolly never created or never made this donation, but it is added as her soft credit. It is because this other household member, Pa Jolly, has also made a donation of $200. And because Rose was part of the same household and part of the contract rules on the opportunity, she was an influencer. So that's the reason this 200 donation has been soft credit to her contact as well. But there is one more thing. Don't get confused. The total donation will always remain this, right? Total gifts is 1,000 only, but 200 is a soft credit. Again, coming back on Path's contact, you can see soft credit of $1,000 has been credited. Wow, Parth, we have finally made it to 1,000. Okay, so those are the two things that I wanted to show you, and even you can see number of opportunities should be 2. Yes, these are 2, right? And you can see who has by the name itself, Parth Jolly has made the above donation, and below one Rose Jolly donation. You can see. Fine. Okay. Now these are 2 things. Now let me check. What are the things I can do for now? Okay, I also opened one address related tab, but again closed it somehow. So I quickly go here, address, I come here. So we can see there are 2 addresses, but it is wrong. There should be 3. Oh, sorry, 5. You can see those 5 addresses. Okay, I'm creating a new one. Okay, so this it will be for Jolly household, and this is not the home address. This is vacation residence. It can be other like grandparents' home or anything like that. Default address, no. What is the mailing street? Take a, this is the street and everything. So start date. Okay, what is the start date? So take for example, we have got the address or the vacational address for a household That means all the household members will be going to a place for visiting, and they will be staying there for 5 days. So take for example, they're from today till 15th. Okay, from today till 15th, this is going to be the address of this household. And C indicates whether this is a default address to use in the household and its context right. It is for all. So the mailing country, India, mailing country. Am I confused in this? Looks like okay. Base season start. So they are visiting this address in a very specific time of a year. So take for example, there are summer vacations, which starts in the month of May. Start and month is, take for example, it is July. Seasonal address. What is this? Seasonal start date. Go and save this. So if I do this, right, NPSP automatically takes care of all the automations. Okay, it automatically takes care. So when we'll be inside these, inside the dates mentioned here, right, the default address to the household and the household members or the contacts inside the household will auto change to this. And as soon as we have extended the seasonal end day, it will automatically change back to the previous one. Okay. So that is how it is managed and works. So till now, I'll just give a small stop share here. So guys, just to ask you any questions till now or anything you're facing trouble.
I'll just unmute everyone.
Yeah.
So you can just unmute yourself and ask the question if you have anything on non-profit cloud.
Anything in case you want to ask, or if there is anything that you specific want to see, all the members of the household, yes, it is applied to all the members of the household, but also there is one thing that you can stop that as well. From the NPSP settings page, you can go to donations and there you can change it.
Akash, do we need to install this as a managed package within existing works?
Yeah, you can do that as well. So I'll share my screen again. Okay, this is the wrong screen I've shared. Sorry. I have to share my Google. Okay, now here. Yes, you can. What happened? It is not sharing. Why? Just give me 1 minute. Not sure why this is happening. But okay. It is visible now, right? So there is a specific place from where you can go and install NPSP, right? So install any app. This is the one. You can just click on this. There are multiple applications related to non-profit cloud itself, which you can install, like non-profit cloud case management, outgoing funds, V2S. This is something that I'll be demoing it in some time because I'm preparing the org and everything. So I'll be showing this volunteership for volunteers for Salesforce, how volunteers can be managed, right? And non-profit success pack, gift entry management, educational data architecture, program management, subledger, and you can see tokens. So this is something which is still to come, I think. Okay, accounting subledger, it has recently been introduced, and program management module as well, right? So you just have to use your credentials, all credentials to log in, and then you can select any one and install. So if I click this, I can directly install it from here. That answers your question?
Yes, Akash. Second, like you created this org today itself, or is it
Yeah,
existing
today
one?
it's 1 minute. I'll share it again.
Like I don't like what I understand is like if we create a new org nowadays, we get my domain enabled, right?
Yeah. No. So it is like that for a particular app, if there is some I know that why you are asking this, because there can be multiple mm, lighting components could be there, for which you need that domain to be there, right? So
Okay.
this is something that I have
No,
got.
no, I know where to enable that my domain and all. I'm saying like my org is also very old, but I was reading somewhere that whenever we are creating new orgs now,
No,
if
no,
someone is creating, so this automatically gives you
no, no,
my
it
domain
does,
enabled.
it does not.
No?
So I'll show you company information, and from here you can see this, and you can see this created date. So it is today itself at 1:32 a.m. Okay, and
Okay.
it is like in afternoon I created this because local is United States and time zone is different. So that is why it is coming as AM. Otherwise, it should be something around 1. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it is
Perfect.
not yet like that it comes with my domain enabled. Then if it comes with that, so it means that first of all it cannot be there because my domain is specific to a customer, right? So for now, if that is the update being shared with you, I think it is not rolled out yet. It can be a beta version, or it can be still going to come in upcoming release. So I'll tell you that this is NPSP is that sort of open source product which gets very regular updates, and it is upgraded almost in every 2 weeks or 1 week, right? So it is very frequently updated as well. Yeah.
Uh,
And
Any other question?
if possible, can you like brief like what is the prerequisite that some organization can go for NPSP? Like, do they do some background checks or any history? What like who
So as
can
for me,
go for?
because I have installed this and I have suggested, there are prerequisites and there is a well-prepared document on Power of Us Hub as well. I'll be sharing that. But I have installed it in multiple apps where there is a lot of customization already, but I haven't faced any issue while installing it. But there are some prerequisites because there will be some record types being added, page layouts being added, all those
No, no,
things being added.
that is for installing in like from trial perspective. You
Yeah,
told that any organization can get
yeah,
or
yeah.
any NGO can
So
get
that,
10
that's,
licenses.
that's the
So
same answer
I was asking from that perspective.
yes, you can install it in any org which is existing. That's why I said that there can be number of customizations. It is because your existing org can have number of customizations. Even your dev org as well, you can go and install it there as well. But the only consideration, so there is a well prepared document for that, which I'll be sharing with the path along with the PPT, so that you can go and check it out. There are some prerequisites, but I don't exactly remember because there are many of those, but it won't give you any hurdle while installing it. That's what I know because I have done that.
Yeah, thank you.
Akash, we do have one more question in the
Yep.
chat from Prabhat.
Okay. So Prabhat, I'll just give you one link. Just bear with me. I still don't have it handy, but Power of Us application. So if you are a non-profit and if you want to get 10 free license subscriptions for NPSP from Power of Us Hub, what you can do, you can directly go to that link. I'll share you. There is a self-service portal where you can enter all the details about your NGO, and you can also produce some certificates which you can attach, and that is something that I have been doing in NPSP India tour this year, and that's how you can get it. It takes 30 days or maybe more. It can be accepted and it can be rejected as well. if there are like for one NGO, if there are multiple if there are multiple orgs, like a NGO can have a school as well, and it is also it is at the same time it is also serving the midday meals to students in different schools, and they are running their own school as well. So that means they are eligible both for NPSP as well as HEDA. But this 10 free license subscription will be given either on the school or on the NPSP, right? So you can only fill one application, the other one will be rejected. So okay, I was talking about the link. Okay, the self-service portal. Just give me 1 minute. I'm sharing it.